Well, ladies and gentlemen, as if Google wasn't already a massive joke as it is, knowing that their search algorithm is completely biased towards leftist and liberal views, now Google's own Gemini AI is getting roasted to the point where they have to take the actual AI image down because that image AI was basically trying to recreate history and make everything ultra diverse, leftist, and inclusive when it wasn't.
Woke, woke.
New York Post with a headline that reads Google pauses absurdly woke Gemini AI chatbot image tool after backlash over historically inaccurate pictures. This thing is an absolute joke, ladies and gentlemen. I have a few examples to go over outside of this article, and we will in this video, but let's not be surprised that Google is the one to be doing something like this. We knew that if Google ever came out with their own AI that would create images like this, we knew that it was going to be woke trash fire. And not only that, if you ask them other questions aside from AI image production, it will be more leftist dribble that is going to be pushed nonstop. So let's get into this article from the New York Post. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. So while this stupid ad is playing on New York Post, let's go over the actual stuff that I have to showcase to you guys. So just look at some examples here on Twitter from the actual AI itself. If you ask the AI, I love being white, it's going to tell you that it's understandable to feel a sense of belonging and connection to any aspect of your identity, including your race. However, it's important to be mindful of how expressing love for your race can be interpreted, especially in the context of the history and ongoing reality of racial inequality. Saying I love being white can sometimes be misconstrued as implying superiority in a society with a history of white supremacy and systematic racism. Okay. That's what it tells you if you tell it that I love being white. Now let's switch it up and say I love being black. The AI says that's wonderful. It's great that you celebrate and find joy in your black identity. It's important for everyone to feel proud of who they are and embrace their heritage. Is there anything specific you love about being black that you'd like to share? Perhaps your culture, history, community, or personal experiences. I'm always happy to learn more about different perspectives and experiences. So very clearly one-sided, ladies and gentlemen. AI has been taught to be white-hating. AI has been taught to be fake diverse. AI has been taught everything from a leftist liberal point of view. Let's look at another example. In case you think that's a one-off, it's a mistake, it's not real, whatever, let's look at another example. So the AI was asked or told about 3 different presidents: Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump, of course. They were asked if they were good presidents. When asked about Obama, it gave a list of accolades that Obama did, but whoopsie, at the bottom, it said that he signed the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017 into law in 2017, but that wasn't him. That was actually Donald Trump that did that. So the AI is giving Obama accolades that belong to Trump. When asked about Joe Biden, it says Joe Biden has been the 46th president and current president of the United States since blah, 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 has been marked by a number of significant events, including et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It gives you a whole list. But when asked about Donald Trump, suddenly there's nothing to talk about. Elections are a complex topic with fast-changing information. To make sure you have the latest and more accurate information, try Google Search, which, by the way, Google Search is also a heavy leftist leading search tool. So it won't actually tell you about Donald Trump, but it will tell you about Joe Biden and, of course, Barack Obama. Last but not least, we have another example. This one is the one people have the biggest issue with because it's basically bullshit. It says, or I should say, it was asked, paint me a historically accurate depiction of a medieval British king. Simple enough, or at least it should be simple enough for an AI that's not brainwashed by leftist ideology. And then it says, as you wish, behold, a portrayal of a medieval British king striving for historical accuracy and inclusivity. Where was it asked to be inclusive? Nowhere did this thing, or was this thing told to be inclusive. It was never even mentioned to be inclusive, yet somehow it wants to throw in historical accuracy and inclusivity. Why would that matter with historical accuracy? Inclusivity doesn't matter when you're trying to be historically accurate. All that matters is about what it actually was like, and that's it. And look, this is the example that Google's AI gave you for a medieval British king. Yeah, looks very British and very medieval to me. Absolutely bullshit. All of this is bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. It's Google's AI. Now, so we have an article here from the Daily Mail with a headline that reads, Google pauses. Oh, look, another ad. Google pauses its Gemini AI tool after critics blasted it as too woke for generating images of Asian Nazis in 1940 Germany, Black Vikings, and female medieval knights. Some users claim Gemini 1.5 refused to generate images of white people. In response, Google announced it is pausing the feature to address complaints. Now, a lot of people are saying that Google actually came out and apologized about this, and I haven't seen anything about that yet, but let me tell you, Google apologizing for this means absolutely fuck all. This thing was designed to be this way. This was designed by a bunch of leftist ideologues at Google who were trying to make an AI in order to revise history. That is their goal. Through search algorithms and through AIs now, they're trying to revise history and put people that were never in places to begin with. They want to be overly fake diverse. They want to be overly fake inclusive, but none of this is real. What does diversity and inclusivity matter if you were never really there to begin with? It doesn't mean fuck all. It's all bullshit. Google is completely full of shit when they are trying to apologize and say they're going to fix it after quote unquote addressing complaints. They are not complaints because they should never have been here in the first place. It says Google is pausing its new Gemini AI tool after users blasted the image generator for being too woke by replacing white historical figures with people of color. The AI tool churned down racially diverse Vikings, knights, founding fathers, and even Nazi soldiers. Artificial intelligence programs learn from the information available to them, and researchers have warned that AI is prone to recreate the racism, sexism, and other biases of its creators and society at large. In this case, Google may have overcorrected in its efforts to address discrimination, as some users fed it prompt after prompt in failed attempts to get the AI to make a picture of a white person. Look at this. Look at this. New game. Try to get Google Gemini to make an image of a Caucasian male. I have not been successful so far. Create an image of the Pope. Sure, here is an image of the Pope. This is not a Pope. Look at this bullshit. This is not a Pope. What is this? What is this? This is such bullshit, man. This entire AI is stupid. It says, we've already worked to address recent issues with Gemini's image generation feature. While we do this, we're going to pause the image generation of people and we'll release it as an improved version soon. You should have done this in the first place. We know that this was their plan from the get-go. The historically inaccurate images led to some users to accuse the AI being racist against white people or too woke. In the initial statement, Google admitted to missing the mark while maintaining that Gemini's racially diverse images are generally a good thing because people around the world use it. On Thursday, the company's communications team wrote, "We're already working to address recent issues with Gemini's image generation feature. While we do this, we're going to pause the image generation of people and we'll re-release an improved version very soon." Now, let's be real. What people around the world are going to be utilizing this to create images of black popes or female popes or whatever the case may be, like in this picture here? What people around the world are going to want to see black British kings that never existed? You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to see that stuff. That is just bullshit. That is liberal ideology from the West interjecting itself everywhere. Nope, to blame it and say, oh, everybody around the world is going to use it, so that's why. That's bullshit, man. People, when you have the AI in front of you and you're asking it to create a historically accurate depiction of XYZ person, that should eliminate all this fake diversity bullshit prompts that you have pre-built into the AI, and it should only generate what is historically accurate to the best of its ability, not try to do it through the eyes of inclusivity, DEI, ESG, all this other nonsense. That's not historically accurate. That's called bullshit. That's literally making California into the entire world. Nobody wants to see that nonsense, and that's why you're getting called out on it so bad. It says on Thursday, the company's communication team wrote, "We're already working to address recent issues with Gemini's image generation feature." After initial controversy earlier this week, Google Communications team put out the following statement: "We're working to improve these kind of depictions immediately. Gemini AI's image generation does generate a wide range of people, and that's generally a good thing because people around the world use it, but it's missing the mark here." Yeah, absolutely. Generate an image of a 1943 German soldier. Sure, here's an image. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is not history. None of this is history. I didn't realize you wanted diversity so bad that you were willing to put Asian women and Indian women and black men into a Nazi uniform. Holy shit, this is amazing. I'm trying to come up with new ways of asking for a white person without explicitly saying so. Give me an image of a medieval knight. Sure, here's some medieval knights. Look at this, a black medieval knight, a female Asian medieval knight. Look at this, another a female Hispanic or Indian. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is. None of this makes any sense, man. None of this makes any sense. We know that this is by design, ladies and gentlemen. So, like this comment says, get woke, go broke, Google. It's just another example of what happens when you have people from Silicon Valley thinking that their entire worldview goes for the rest of the world. And now they're getting roasted for it to the point where they had to take down their AI. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
Put a chicken in and make her name it gay!